This is what Meatball does. She covers her ears and face so she doesn't have to hear my ranting anymore. Just a hard rubbish couch. A little backyard pussy. Little Meatball sleeping. Oi, come on, just get some seriousness in the video here. Got a question. Unnatural vegan made me fat. I took Unnatural vegan's advice during Durianrider. I skipped the sugar. I skipped the white rice. I didn't eat too much. I denied my hunger. And now I'm not even vegan anymore. I'm eating whatever. Do you know how many times people have written me that over the last 5 or 6 years or whatever? And now this isn't any shade to Unnatural vegan. Swayze, I hope to get back on YouTube back in at the Woodstock Fruit Festival and said, Swayze, what are you doing? Get on YouTube, smash it. And she did, she did pretty well now. But if you go back to Swayze, now again, I'm using her as an example, not for any like shade or whatever. I think she's she's getting some voice out there, and we definitely share some similar opinions. But Swayze says adaptive thermogenesis doesn't exist. Right? Swayze says adaptive. Just go on, just type in Unnatural 4, which is my program, nutrition program that freaking works. Devastatingly effective. And just type in Unnatural 4 into Swayze's channel, Unnatural Vegan. And she says, Unnatural 4 doesn't work. Unnatural 4 may be fat. Adaptive thermogenesis is a myth. Calories in, calories out. Now look at Swayze's physique now compared to 8 years ago. Actually, I think she looks great. She's looking well. But she's not as Slim Jim as she used to be. Now she looks fine, I'm just saying. Just saying, but she's not, you know what I mean? If your advice really works, it's almost like you get leaner over the years. If you look at me, you know, full natty bra muscle, but you can see my face, the leanness is still there, alright? I probably gained a bit of weight, muscle. Rich Piana style. But otherwise, I'm still very, very low body fat. You know, some people say I look healthier, some people say I don't. I'm lean, and I'm fast, and I'm fit as heck. I'm age 42. And my program works, my protocol works. So people who say it doesn't work, but they're getting heavier, and it's not muscle, still look fine, still look great, just saying. Their opinion, in my opinion, doesn't have any weight. Pun intended, I guess. Pun intended. You know? Doesn't have any weight. But, yeah, pun intended. A vegan gains. No hate to vegan gains. He says some crazy stuff about me, doesn't he? He's got an imagination, that boy. Got him on YouTube as well. To a bit of regret. But, you know, he says, Durianrider's, remember that video he did years ago? He took it down. Wasn't serving the vegan scene at all. Just confused people. You know, Sprite's a health food. Or I said Sprite's a weight loss food or whatever. Fruit in a can. That's what it is. It's just fruit in a can. It's just sugar and water. It was back then. Now it's like, tastes like freaking DuPont, Bayer, Big Pharma chemicals. So I can't drink Sprite anymore. Can't even drink it in Thailand. It's got artificial crap in it. Artificial sweetness. Where's the sugar? Where's the sugar? Remember Vegan Gains, how lean he used to be? Durianrider's wrong though. Durianrider's wrong. When he listened to Durianrider's advice, he was lean as heck. When he stopped, some people call him bloated gains or whatever. You know, and that's fine. Just some people say it looks good and he's heavier and whatever. It's cool as long as you feel good. That's what matters. Doesn't matter really how you look. And if we're talking about weight loss, yeah, the conversation's there. But at the end of the day, how you feel is so important. So Vegan Gains is feeling better. He's won. If Swayze is feeling better, she's won. You know, both these people don't take antidepressants, or they do. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't follow them too much. I'm not taking any antidepressants, yeah. And if you do take antidepressants because of your weight or whatever, I don't know, that's another video. I disagree with that. Anyway, let's talk about adaptive thermogenesis, alright? So, this video, you know, a lot of girls out there, and guys, but mostly women, come to me, buy my ebooks, get fantastic results if they stick at it. If they stick at it. Here's the biggest mistake people do, is they don't want to believe, or they don't believe adaptive thermogenesis is real. Oof. Oh, that's heavyweight book. That's a spine, bro. That's a spine. Adaptive thermogenesis is real. You don't have to believe. So you can say that money's not real. I'm not going to use money. Money's evil. You know, Trump, NWO, all this stuff, 5G, Bill Gates vaccines, and whatever. Money, I'm not going to use money. Okay, you don't have to use money, but you've got to suffer if you live in today's society. All right? Money's real. Money's real. Money talks. The golden rule is those of the gold make the rules. So they can talk all you want about Bill Gates and Trump and NWO, blah, blah, blah. But unless you got money, it ain't going to change much, unfortunately. So every dollar we spend is a vote for what we believe in. All right, so that's one example, all right? That's the objective truth. The objective truth is, it is. Like the sun is warm. If you put your hand in the sun, your hand's going to go, all right? That's not debatable. That's the objective truth. Everybody agrees with that, and if you don't, then you're a colourful character. So that's the objective truth. The objective truth is adaptive thermogenesis exists. If you starve yourself of carbohydrate calories to lose weight, or even accidentally, your body's going to go, ooh, we're in a famine crisis. We need to adapt. And adaptive thermogenesis is when, let's say you do 2,000 calories a day, and you're like, I want to get skinny like Natasha, like Durianrider's girls' friends are. They want to get skinny like them. I want to starve. So you go from 2,000 calories a day down to 1,000 calories a day. You lose weight, and you're like, hey, Durianrider, I'm losing weight. I'm starving myself. This works. And I'm like, cool. In the post, adaptive thermogenesis, your way. And then in 6 months' time, you're like, oh, well, I'm going to listen to Durianrider's advice now. I'm going to do what he's doing. I'm going to eat 2,000, 3,000 calories a day. I'm really hungry now all of a sudden. And then you start gaining all this weight. And you're like, oh my God, Durianrider, I'm getting fat now. I'm following your advice, I'm getting fat. And it's like, I'm getting fat. You're making me fat. You're not getting fat. You might call yourself fat, but you're healing now. You're getting healthy. All right? So that's a huge one, all right? Now, women have this, and men as well, this body image dysmorphia where they're like, oh my God, I'm getting fat. Oh my God. You know, what woman doesn't have that in 2020? You know, at any age, from 10 onwards, and it disables people so much. It dismembers people. You know, it dismembers people. We'll get into that in a sec. But so then you gain this weight. That's because your thyroid, generally your T3 and your T4, they go from normal to like low normal, deficient. And then your thyroid's going, whoa. You know, we need to, where's the T3, T4 going? Oh, that's shit. We need to send out more, your pituitary rather, and your hypothalamus go, we need to increase our thyroid stimulating hormone, your TSH. You can get blood tests for this, any doctors. And your TSH goes right up. All right? Right up. It's called hypothyroidism. So your TSH goes up because your T3, T4 are low. TSH goes up. That's hypothyroid. What you want to be, ideally, hyperthyroid. Low TSH, low normal, T3, T4 up. Not like, you know, praying mantis emaciation up, but like, you know, greyhound. Figsy, Iggy, Italian greyhound style. Whippet style. And so that's why my program works so well. Devastatingly well. You know how it works to heal you, to heal your thyroid function, get it back. Otherwise, you get Hashimoto's, and then you're on thyroxine or levothyroxine for life, which has its side effects and has issues. Some people, they've done too much damage, and that's what they'll be on, and that's fine. But I try and avoid people getting to that level if they can. If you're already there and you ain't going back, then it's fine. You know, there's worse things to take than thyroxine meds. They're abused heavily in cycling and running and swimming, and the weight loss scene, they're abused heavily. And that's why a lot of people go neurotic and nuts, because they're taking a thyroid medication they don't need, and now they've got more thyroxine in their body, and they're just like, they're freaking nuts to be around. I don't care how good you look. If you're crazy to be around in a bad way, fun's crazy is good, but in a bad crazy, it's like, oh man. That's why you'll see people who look really good, but they're single, or they've got these sort of smoke screen relationships, and the people aren't really happy. They're like, oh man, my husband, my wife, they're just nuts. They're nuts. Or my uncle, or my auntie, or my brother, or my sister, or my kid. They're just nuts. Because they're abusing thyroid medication, man. It just makes you crazy. So I try and get people on the right track, and I get criticism for that, and that's part of the deal. I don't care. I have very, very thick skin. Even my skin is very lean, low body fat. I do have very thick skin because my purpose out there is to help people, and you can't help people without people, you know, feeling hurt or getting hate or whatever. This is how it is. You know, you walk up to someone on the street, say, "Hey man, would you like some food? Do you need a place to stay tonight? Be warm?" "What do you mean, man? You think I'm a charity case, bro? You think I'm a charity case? You got a problem, man? You get my grill, man? You want to go, bro? You come at me, bro. Fight me. Fight me." You know what I mean? Some people are, "Oh, yeah, give me some food, man. I'm really hungry. I need some water. I'll do a blanket. I'm real cold." You know, so you got to help some people. They're going to try to destroy you. Alright? That's part of the deal. But I don't help anyone ever. But that's not how the world works. So serving people is the greatest gift on the planet. I get the most satisfaction out of it. Making videos like this, one take, no script, no jump cuts, nothing needed, because I just love to give. Love to give. And this question came from my Facebook group, urgently. I get it every day though. And but my Facebook group, Durianrider's coaching group, Durianrider.com, little paywall, jump in there, all your questions answered. Incredible coaching advice, one-on-one. And so you're gonna gain weight. If your thyroid needs to gain, your body needs to gain, you're gonna gain. And that's fine. And you find your sex drive's gonna go up, your productivity's gonna go up, especially if you're not in your head going, "Oh my god, I'm gaining weight." You jump on the scales, "I gained another half a kilo, I gained another 20 kilos, or I gained another ton. Oh my god, oh my god." If that's your daily focus, you've lost in life. Because even if when you get your ideal body, you're never going to be happy. Because now you go, "Well, maybe I need a boob job. Maybe I need a nose job. Maybe I need my teeth done. Maybe I need my ears done. Maybe I've got a wing nut. I've got a little Pinocchio nose." You know what I mean? It never fucking stops, man. I know many women in their 40s and 50s who are narcissistic nut jobs to be around. Just, and some of them I'm like, "Man, you've taken it too far on your physique. You've had too much surgery. A little bit of surgery, okay. But now you just look good. Now you look like Michael Jackson on a real hot day. He's melted himself. You know what I mean? It's like Michael Jackson in a slow cooker. It's like Michael Jackson in a sauna for 2 weeks. What are you doing, man? Doesn't look good. Alright? Doesn't look good. Far out. And that's what I try to help people avoid. That, you know, a bit of narcissism is cool. We're going too far and get too focused, too obsessed. You know, obsessed is good in a good way, but when you go into obsession, it starts to take over negatively. Like you know, having trimmed nails is good for hygiene, but not so you freaking rip the freaking fingernails out. Alright? Balance, people. Balance. So it's good to not weigh yourself. Get rid of the scales. Get rid of the scales. I remember I had a girlfriend named Freely the Banana Girl. That's the name I created for her. She still uses it to this day. Very, very successful name. And Freely's done really good for herself. Good on her. So Freely the Banana Girl, I pretty much manufactured her from ground up. And she wanted that as well. She wanted to be lean. She wanted to be famous and have money and live a lifestyle of simplicity. And good on her. She's done that. She's doing great at that. And I remember when Freely the Banana Girl, before she was Freely the Banana Girl, she was called Freely Raw, or Lee Raw, because her name's Leanne. And I said you should call yourself. Actually, see, then she called herself Freely with an A. And I'm like, that's Free Leah. She's like, "No, it's not." So yeah, it's Free Leah. She says, "No, it's not." And people would go, "So is it Free Leah?" I'm like, told you, because it was Free Lee with the E on the end. She's like, "Okay, you win. You win." There's always a battle of who was right and wrong in that relationship. But I was always right. Actually, was right as well sometimes. So it was good, but there was a lot of disagreements. And it took her a lot to turn her around. You know, she's like a big barge. Like, once you got it going, it's alright, but to turn it around, it's like, okay, we're going to turn around here. You need to stop weighing yourself and stop worrying about your weight. It'll happen, you know. And quit the zoodles, eat some more dates, have bananas. And so Freely was 73 kilos. 73 kilos. And she wasn't sneaking any. There was no McDonald's getting snuck. It was nothing. It was 100% raw vegan food. She was living on zoodles and tomatoes for dinner. Wasn't that many calories. But she was like, gaining and gaining and gaining. 73 kilos. She's about 165 centimeters. Yeah, she's a small little thing. And but 73 kilos. And at the time, I was about 59 kilos on the exact same food, exact same diet. We're getting it from our friend's shop, Clint's Organics, all right? And the difference between me and Freely was I hadn't had any metabolic damage of fasting and all stuff. I did like a little tiny bit and, you know, faffing around as you do as a raw foodist. But Freely had done like a 7-day water fast and also more fasting in January 2008. And, yeah, so she was, her thyroid, if we should have tested about that, her T3, T4 would have been really low. Really low. And TSH would have been right up there. And so when she started refeeding again, she blew right up. She had inflammation and just water storage and aldosterone hydration retention. And yeah, that really cracked her head. She really didn't like that. She was just like beating herself up about it, as women do, as guys do as well. And I'm like, it's just part of the deal, you know. It's part of the deal. Just ride through it. And I said, you know, just keep on it. Keep working on your fitness. She's like, and she would go on this purity thing. I'll do banana island, I'll do mango island, I'll do watermelon island. That's when I feel my best. And I'm like, you feel your best because you're sort of running on cortisol then. Because your body's like in a bit of a fight or flight situation. You know, you might feel good, but that's the cortisol going up because you're not getting enough carbs. You're just you're getting, you know, okay, but not enough. So your cortisol goes up. And when your cortisol's up, you're like, you know, you're pinging. That's not vitality. That's like, you know, sort of a semi-adrenaline state as well. Cortisol, like, you know, if someone's got a gun to your head, you're like, you got vitality, all right? You got vitality when you're pinging. But it's not real vitality. It's credit card vitality, meaning you're going to be paying it back with interest. So then the crash happened, and her body weight is going up. And then took about 2 years, I reckon, 2 years for her to start to just click. I would say her TSH levels came back down, and her T3, T4 come back up, and then the weight just started melting off, just like a candle in a furnace, like an ice cube on the road on a hot day. You throw a drink out the window after you do that. You throw plastic out on the road, ice cubes and stuff on the road. You know, just that ice cube hit the road and just starting to melt. And she just. I had a friend, Paul Reed, mountain biker. And he's like, man, what's going on with your girlfriend? Like, she's getting skinnier and skinnier and skinnier. You know, I think she's starving herself. So no, that's dates, man. She's drinking this thing called Datorade. Like, what's that? What's Datorade? It's like blended dates, like 2 a day. No, she's drinking like 30, 40 dates a day. Even till this day, Freely has drunk more dates than anyone I've ever met. You know, there's another guy who loves dates, Grant Campbell, raw Aussie athlete. He's also very, very lean. And he's a date monster. Between Freely and Grant, they can easily smash through a box of dates in a day. Don't leave dates around those two. They'll fucking steal them, mate. They'll rob you of your dates. And so yeah, then she just started leaning up. Then she started wanting to tone up more. And then she started falling in love with the bike, climbing hills on the bike. And she would sprint up the hills at the start. And I'd grab her by the shirt and just tell her to slow down. Because if you sprint up a hill, it hurts. And you don't associate positivity with climbing up hills. And so I'd grab her and just like hold her back. And she'd be like, get off me. And I'd be like, no. And I'm like, yeah, the annoying coach as I am. And I was very headstrong and she was very headstrong, which wouldn't really work, you know. Because when you're a headstrong coach and you've got the headstrong student who questions and argues and I don't want to do that, then, you know, the student makes it very complicated. The progression is very, very slow. But me having more energy and being even more headstrong and Freely, I won that one, and she won as well. You know, I said that like, I'm just trying to help you. She said, I don't want your help. And I'm like, no. So that was like every day. Every day. And far out. But it's good that she stayed true to it. It's good she kept the advice going. She's even still today does the reaction videos, does the diet, does the cycling, does the simple life, squats in the toilet, goes to bed early, you know. Doesn't do well with the stress thing, but, you know, 9 out of 10 is not bad. And that's just, my program works like nothing else. Look what I did for Freely, you know. She's like, people say, oh, Natasha, you got this young thing, Natasha. She's like a trophy girl for you. She's hot, she's gorgeous, she's like a Victoria's Secret model. You know, she's never been fat. Why would we listen to you? And it's like, well, for those who say that my advice makes people fat, then how come Natasha's previous partner, Tori, you know, all the women in my life, you know? So that doesn't look good, does it? something like 7 inches by 6. They're slim. So someone's gonna mean that. Some child's gonna mean that one. And that's just how it is, man. Like, it sounds so arrogant for me to say that. And you're like, oh, you're just talking crap, mate. That's the truth, man. That's the truth. This is what a lot of women can't get through their head. And guys, a lot of people can't get through their head. Durianrider is the boss when it comes to weight loss, alright? When it comes to weight loss, I am the boss. Okay? And that sounds so egotistical, but it's just fact. And you can hate Durianrider, and you can then you miss out. You're one of these people who starve themselves, and they're so angry and psycho to be around, you know? Running on coffee and caffeine and pills, and they just... You feel them, they're like... You know, like, they're just so angry, man. They're so starved, they're just like ready to flip out at people. You know, it's crazy. Crazy. And that's a losing life. If you're so hungry, you're becoming hangry. And you've lost, man. You're losing, because life's only happening now. Life not yesterday. Life's not tomorrow. Life's right. This moment. Look at Stephanie Butterfield. Alright, so she's done the fasting. She took the abuse of the drugs. Her boyfriend, he's a steroid fraud. And when I say fraud, he's denying steroid usage. I've got no problem with people using steroids. But this is a guy, Jeff Nippard, who's taken anabolics, lying about it to his fan club. And kids are buying the books. Oh, I'm going to look like Jeff Nippard. Yeah, I'm going to have Nippard muscles. Not unless you're taking steroids like he is. In the amounts he's taken, for the duration he's taken. You'll never look like him. Because he's not that big, He's taking steroids, alright? And you're not. That's why you don't have arms like him. You'll never will. Until you take exactly what he's taken, that amount, and so you can train like that. Simple as that. So anyway, so Steph Butterfield, no hate. I just think it's fraudulent to a lot of people like that. To scam them for money. So Steph Butterfield, look how much weight she's gained. Buttermore. Okay. And the hashtag says Buttermore. That's an interesting name. Buttermore. I would say butter less. And there's nothing wrong with gaining weight. My message to Stephanie would be, baby, get on my protocol, stat. Because if you're eating all that fat and animal protein, that stuff makes you grow really big, alright? So adaptive thermogenesis, as outlined in one of my Bibles, alright? If you're eating unlimited calories from animal fats and proteins, you're going to get obese. You're going to just... Alright, that's how people get obese, man. Excess calories from fat, animal protein, and mostly animal fat. Vegetable oil as well. If you're having excess calories from carbohydrate, one, you can't really do excess calories of carbs because you're just so full and your eyes too sweet and it's like, oh, gagging. And carbs only 4 calories per gram, alright? And they satisfy you so well, like, just the sugar hits you, you're like, oh, done. Protein, though. If I had protein powder, pea protein powder for my breakfast, it's like, there's no taste there. You add oil to your food, there's no taste there. You know, it might feel you a bit queasy, but there's no taste there. But sugar, that fills you up real quick, taste-wise. You're like, oh, dude, done with the sugar. It's like salt. So, done, man. It's too salty. Bro, can't eat that. So, to Stephanie Buttermore, get on my program ASAP. Otherwise, you're going to have to get in restricted mode again and do the yo-yo. Do the yo-yo, you know? People doing the worm, it's the yo-yo. Binge, purge, binge, purge. Do you know the program? Feast. Weight goes up, then it starts going down, you're still feasting. You know what I mean? Emaciation Nation. And thousands of people. I've coached thousands of people since 1996. Thousands of people, you know. And over the last few years, I've gotten much better at coaching people. You know, it started like, okay, so, you know, like, I was a bit like wishy-washy and it's too nicey and, yeah, cool, wow, you've got Crohn's disease. I was like, anorexia, oh, yeah, wow. You know, now it's like, come on, bro, you got eating disorder. That's what you need to do. You got body dysmorphia, that's what you need to do. I'm like just straight shooting it now, you know, straight shooting it. And that saves people's time, man. It saves my time. Because people will lose their chops and when they run off. I'm like, okay, cool. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Teacher will appear and you're not ready. Maybe you will be, hopefully one day. In the meantime, you'll continue to suffer, continue to have the Dr. Gregor body, the Dr. Morse body. Dr. Morse not even a good doctor. He's a fake naturopathic doctor. And people listen to these people and are like, man, they can't even get their own wives slim. How good is their program? You know? Yes! Still not even slim. Gregor. I wouldn't want a physique like Gregor. I'm not saying if you do have a physique like that, it's a bad thing. I know it would impact my cardio ability. You know, there's nothing. I'm not saying it's a bad to be having a dad bod or a gut. It's definitely not a bad person if you got that. You know, my oldest brother's got that. I still love him. I'm just saying that for me, I wouldn't want that. Not from an aesthetic narcissism point, but just from a physical vitality feeling. When you got as much visceral fat as Dr. Gregor has or Dr. Morse, these doctors, if you've got as much visceral fat as they do, I've never had that, but I'd imagine you don't really feel as pumping, you know, because you've got more estrogen in your body. And as a guy, having more estrogen, testosterone, I don't know, you know, I imagine you don't feel so good. And so yeah, that's my deal. But people go, oh, Harley, you're so negative, you know, you're just bashing on people. I'm not bashing on people, I'm just giving people the absolute truth, you know? Give me absolute truth. So this is how it is. If I saw Morse or Gregor drowning in the ocean, I'd throw him a life jacket. For sure. I'd live stream it as well, get some views. But I'd throw him a life jacket. But people out there, women out there are just so... Men out there, I shouldn't say women, I should say people. Because it's both men and women, you know? Men want to get big and jacked and lean and think they can do it without steroids. Women want to get real slim and petite like Natasha and think they can have to starve to do it that way. It's like, no, you don't. You don't. You know, you don't. I wish you knew that. And I wish that we could ban scales. I wish we could ban diets. I wish we could ban carb phobia. I wish we could ban all these fatty foods that most people don't even need to eat. I wish we could ban these things and make it really easy for people. I wish we'd have this public awareness of thyroid health and thyroid function. I wish we did. I wish we didn't put women on the contraceptive pill, which shuts down their hypothalamus pituitary gonadal axis, the HPG axis. Look it up. This isn't the woo-woo talk. This is when you take steroids every day for longer than 4 weeks, testosterone or estrogen, you shut down. As a woman, you shut down your ovulation. You shut it down, right? So you're shutting down those hormones. The body's like, okay, switch it off. We're pregnant now. And it stays pregnant for as long as you stay on the pill. Your body literally thinks you're pregnant. So if women out there going, I'm just going to take the pill, I'm going to take the Mirena IUD, life's going to be great, I'm going to take the, oh no, I'll just take the copper IUD and have copper leaching into my body. That's okay. That's okay. I'm just for the fuck boys, yes. My boyfriend doesn't want to get a vasectomy. I'll increase my breast cancer risk. Don't do it, women. And if you think you're going to do that and just magically go, well, I'm going to get off the pill today, or I'll be fine, then you're not going to be, because you've damaged your endocrine system. You've damaged it with the pill. Same with guys who take steroids for a long, long time. You know, it's not as bad. It's not as bad as what women do with the pill. Depends how much steroids you take, guys. But, you know, it's still going to cause you some issues internally, potentially. But women definitely. Depends what steroids you take, guys. Depends on how if you abuse them or not. But women taking a contraceptive pill, that's one of the crimes of society, in my opinion. A crime against women. It's crazy. And people call me a misogynist, but I'm one of the most vocal people out there against women taking the contraceptive pill. Not because of some religious belief, because of a health truth, objective health truth. The contraceptive pill is one of the worst things women could put in their body for cancer risk. Nothing is like, well, I shouldn't say nothing, but that's a really, really up there. You know, it's a real up there as a cancer promoter. And women aren't even told to question it, like, take your pill. How old are you? 15? You're sexually active? Or you got some acne on your skin? Or you're bleeding a bit? Let's put you on the pill. Put you on the pill early, you know? Crazy. And then women hit 20 or 30. They've done restrictive dieting. They're like, I'm going to start eating normally again. My body's actually saying, eat. Then you start gaining a bit of weight. And oh my God, don't restrict again. You know? And then hopefully you come across me. Hopefully you go on this path and stay on this path forever and ever. And then eventually you get to the point where you get so slim, your family members are like, oh, you okay? You know, people say, oh, this person's very skinny. And then you go to dinner with them, like, oh, you eating more white rice? Are you eating sugar again? Eating all that fruit? Oh, you're very skinny, Harley. You're very skinny, Natasha. You're going to have another piece of pizza. Don't you have oil with your pizza? You know what I mean? That's a lot of sugar. Sugar makes you fat. You're too skinny, Harley. Remember that video I did in 2013? I'm pouring sugar all over my cereal. Yeah. I saw Brian Turner, the fake natty Brian Turner, the steroid. Brian Turner would inject steroids twice a week into his arms or his glutes, which is, I'm totally fine with injecting steroids or whatever, guys. Aesthetic choice, fine. But Brian Turner lies about his steroid abuse. All right, that's abuse. Doing that every week. That's abusing steroids. It's pretty low risk, but he's abusing steroids. He's abusing steroids to get an aesthetic so he can market product to noobs who think, wow, I'm going to look like Brian Turner official because he's got the blue tick. I'm going to look like him if I buy his program or if I get coaching from Brian. If I'm not really making any gains in the gym. If I just get coaching from Brian, I'm going to have the biceps that he has. The biceps. Bro, unless you're taking the steroids that Brian Turner's taken, you won't. Right? So that's not me hating. That's just me saying Brian Turner definitely takes anabolic steroids. And if that hurts like a band-aid ripping off your skin, it'll sting for a bit, but you'll get over it. So that's Bodybuilder Thailand's Instagram story. Bodybuilder in Thailand. Dan. Great dude for transparency. Don't agree with everything Dan says, but I do appreciate his integrity and authority and transparency about his steroid usage. But yeah, so Brian Turner used a video of me saying, not everyone should take advice and Durianrider or whatever you're saying. And it's a video of me in 2013 when I poured sugar on that cereal. Remember that? My face was really skinny. That's a pre-steroid era Durianrider. And I'm like 63 kilos or something. Just a little slim praying man's boy. I didn't hit puberty yet. I mean, listen to my voice. It's like, hey guys, Durianrider here. I'm having the sugar on my cereal. And look how slim I am in that video. People are like, yeah, sugar makes you fat. This is insane. You don't get fat, Durianrider. And fast forward 7 years later, that's 7 years ago. I've got more steroid muscle on me, but still the same body fat. So like, who's right, who's wrong? So I'm never going to be one of those people out there who's going to lie to your face, and say, hey guys, sugar's bad. I'll be eating sugar or whatever. But Brian Turner will be smashing sugar as well. You can't store, like, look at my bicep. Brian Turner's just like this big chunk that is steroids and massive amounts of sugar. Because what happens when you take steroids, your muscle grows because it can store more carbohydrate in the muscle and more protein. The protein synthesis goes up, but it's mostly the carbohydrate and the water. So the steroids help you have more water and glycogen, sugar, in your muscles. So if you have more sugar when you're on steroids, you notice your veins pop, you get more vascular from that carbohydrate, just the glycogen pump. And everyone who's used steroids knows what that feels like. I've used steroids, and you get that glycogen pump, it's insane. It's an amazing feeling. It feels really good. And that's why steroids are so addictive. Because if you're in the gym using steroids, not saying people should use them, I'm just saying that if you're in the gym using steroids, it feels incredible. Alright? It feels incredible. You get these, you feel so strong compared to your usual self. You feel, it's insane. On the bike, nah, whatever's. Doesn't make me feel that good because I'm extra weight and you feel that. You're hotter as well, you sweat more. But in the gym, or if you're doing sprints on the bike, yeah, that helps. But in the gym, it's, you feel like it's crazy. Just, you put the music in your ears and you're like, guys using pre-workout powder? I'm like, why are you using pre-workout powder? You're on steroids. Use music and lift and carb. Sugar up. You don't need pre-workout powder. That's a joke, man. Must have some poor... If you need pre-workout powder, you got some pretty shitty music going on. Because better music going on. So anyway, Brian Turner did that thing, and then my issue is that, I guess, no hate to Brian Turner, but then I see the noob comments like, yeah, that was so stupid, Durianrider. Why would you listen to Durianrider? And then so they'll listen to a fake natty steroid dude who's just smiling with that big cheesy fake LA smile, narcissistic at a toxic level. Like, hey, yeah, buy my Vivo protein. Yeah, you know. And it's like these people are never going to get results. And then what's going to happen? They're going to go, well, I didn't listen to Durianrider. I listened to Brian and Dr. Gregor, and I felt like crap because all I was eating was broccoli, a bit of tofu, and a little bit of brown rice. And, you know, and you feel so lack of energy, man. And then you're like, oh, vegan, I don't know. And you look at all these ex-vegans, Ravana, Kalal, they all did this like low-calorie, low-carb shit in the end. Tim Sheaf, water fasting. I predicted every single one of them. Bonnie Rebecca, predicted all of them going to be flaking out because they all got sugar phobic. Oh, Durianrider's not the guru anymore. I'll listen to Dr. Gregor. Well, I'll just listen to someone who's not in shape, you know? Oh, Brian Turner's in shape. Brian Turner's in shape. I mean, he looks good. But it's steroid shape, alright? It's not natural shape. So if you take steroids like him and train that hard and eat low fat and carb up, then you'll look sane. But most people don't want to do steroids, and I understand that. So don't take advice from fake natty steroid people unless you're getting steroid advice from them. Because that's what they know about. But otherwise, take advice from me, man. You know, and people I've coached up over the years. And the people who actually do my program. There's plenty out there. On YouTube as well. On YouTube out there. There's many. Jason Fonga, you know. We've got Paul Lean. Sugar Made Me Lean. There's people who years ago weren't in the shape they're in now. They weren't at the fitness they are now. Yeah, there are people who had very poor fitness relative to what they have now. And they're doing very, very well. You know, toned, taut, lean physiques. For their genetic blueprint. And now some people can be, you know, like, what's the word? Very, very hard to coach because they make things so complicated in their head. You know, I've coached so many people out there, and the hardest people to coach are the ones who are like, okay, Durianrider, yes, yes, yes. They'll agree with you. And then 2 hours later, they're like, oh, I'm doing snake diet. That's okay, isn't it? And I'm like, that dude ain't in the shape you want to be in. If you're a ballerina, if you want a ballerina body, I can help you with that. If you want Snake Diet's body, do Snake Diet. If you want Gregor's body, do Gregor. If you want Morse's body, do Morse. Huh? If you want Dave Wolf's body, do Dave Wolf's diet. Do it. So just ask yourself what you want. If you say, well, I want Brian Turner's physique. Okay, do steroids like Brian Turner's doing. But don't do steroids. Yeah, so at least we can give Gregor and Wolf and Morse that credit. They're not, you know, they don't have a steroid physique. I don't even have a steroid physique, even though I've used them. This is attainable natty. I think 70 kilos is 6 foot. It's attainable natty. I think. But yeah, it is an incredible world. So some people just make it so complicated, and they just change boats. Remember High Carb Hannah? High Carb Hannah, another person that I helped go on YouTube, created the name, I think I monetized her account back in the day, got a role, and she started losing a lot of weight. But then she started like doubting herself, or doubting me, or just doubting the universe, or whatever. And then they jump over here, and then they jump over there, and then like the bike's good, and the bike's bad. And like if you want to get to somewhere, like if you said to me, Harley, where's the toilet? I don't need to go now, but later on if I need to go. This one, Doug Graham's analogy, something that's a good one. And where's the toilet house? And I'm like, well, toilet's just straight through this door here, just there. Okay, cool. Or I could say, you know, you got to go over the neighbour's fence, you got to walk around the block, got to jump on the, you know, go with the guard dogs for the car yard and back around the forest and back through here, back through KFC car park, and then just open the door. It's there. You know. So some people want to hear that answer. Some people don't want the simple answer. What's just through there? Oh, but I've been looking for it for everywhere. Can't we just say? You know, some people's ego is their worst freaking enemy, man. Seriously, most people, not some, most people's ego is their worst enemy. And that's all about Natasha. She's so easy to coach with YouTube and social media because she just fucking gets things, man. She just gets things. She just gets things so well. Like she had these preconceived notions about something. She's like, no. And I'll be like, no, this is how it is. And they'll explain it. And she's like, oh, yeah. Yeah. I'm like, you get it? Yeah, I get it. And I'm like, you really got that quick? She's like, I got it. I was like, wow. Wow. You know, that's fantastic. That's when results come quick. When you just listen. When you have the best coach in the world at something. Maybe you've got the best coach in the world at guitar. And you just play, you don't question, you just playing that guitar, you know what I mean? Maybe like, can we do it this way? And then they explain it to you, oh, okay, no, it makes sense, yeah, okay. It's good to have ideas, it's good to be a student going, what about this, you know? But then if it makes sense that that's not the way, then go, okay, get it, you know? So you want to be a student who questions things a bit, but also have trust and understanding that your coach has the prior experience and will take you where you need to go. So same as like learn piano. So yeah, it's if I want to learn piano, I ain't gonna be questioning the coach because I can't play for shit. Right? So the coach has got some good people on their resume. Oh, okay, cool. The coach might not be the best pianist in the world, but maybe they've coached some of the best pianists in the world. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna listen to you. I'll listen to you. So yeah, but when it comes to metabolism, weight loss and stuff like that, there's not people out there who know more than me. And it's not because it's just because I've looked after so many insects and bugs over the years, you know. And that's taught me a lot about human physiology, biology, really. And hey, I cheated. I didn't do the Minnesota study. I was even born then. Dr. Ansel Keys, Joseph Brozick, and Austin Henschel. Right? I'm standing on the shoulders of giants. So why would you? You can question if you want, but don't question too long, because the train's going. All right? So just jump on and get the results. Like I don't understand how fruit works. Like you put seed in the ground or graft a tree, and then a few years later you got fruit you can eat and run marathons off and work and dance and have sex and feel good off and get sugar from. I don't understand how that works. That's just like, that's magic. Some people spend all their life studying the roots. I'm out there picking the fruits, right? I just want the fruits. A root's good as well. But, I'm out there for the fruits. Right? So you can be down in the ground studying the roots and with the mushrooms and the fungus and the earthworms. Oh, this is how the roots work. Oh, yeah. Do that. As long as you don't miss out on the fruit. Okay? Don't be another vegan mushroom kept in the dark and fed bullshit by the fake natty, narcissist, e-beggar, non-profit multimillionaires out there, okay? Don't be another vegan mushroom kept in the dark, fed bullshit by these people. Educate yourself, watch my vids, get my ebooks, jump on the program, get results. Just stick at it. Stick at it. Just like Freely did. Just like thousands have over the years got results. And just like some people who didn't stick at it, look where they are now. Look at the people who didn't stick at it, where they are today in 2020. Look where they are. Look at the videos 5 years ago. When they complain about Durianrider 3 years ago. Look at their videos today. Look at their eyes. Look at their face. Look at their physique. And ask yourself, are they the results that you want for yourself? Or do you want my results or Natasha's results, etc.? Pretty straightforward.